Red Engine Rivalry. James the Red Engine was not in the best of moods. The Fat Controller had asked him to help out on the Little Western, specifically to move ballast, as Douglas was away being mended and Donald couldn't do it on his own. James enjoyed the company of engines like Duck, Oliver and Ryan, but he couldn't stand the work he'd been given. One day, when he arrived at Arlesdale West, he was quick to take his anger out on the miniature engines who worked there.
Honestly, I don't see why the Fat Controller is making me do such silly jobs. He knows how much I hate pulling truck.
Mike was nearby, and he couldn't resist a tease.
Maybe it's because he wants you out of his way. I've heard from Duck and Oliver about the shenanigans you get up to on a daily basis.
Oh, and I suppose tiny engines like you haven't. With how small you guys are, you might as well be toy trains.
Mike, Rex and Bert looked offended. They were small to be sure, but they were certainly not toys. Well, with that attitude, you might as well be put on goods duty permanently.
Quite right, Rex. Mike here might be quite the handful at times, but at least he doesn't go around bragging about his paintwork.
But he does have just as bad of a temper.
Oi! I heard that, Rex. Anyway, I may be small, but I'm sure I'm much more reliable than you, James.
Oh yeah, well that was a little competition. The first one to finish their job to down and be the most reliable, splendid engine on Sodor.
You're on!
Rex and Bert looked at each other. They knew exactly how this would turn out. Duck and Daisy, who were nearby, didn't like the sound of it either.
I really wouldn't do that if I were you, dearie. We all know that's going to end in disaster.
I never thought I'd say this, but I agree with Daisy. You two aren't going to end up in the best of situations after this.
Oh please, what harm can a little competition do? Catch you later, Mike. And remember, may the best of the right engine win.
Oh, I plan to.
I think it's safe to say Mike's met his match, don't you think, Bert?
Indeed, Rex. Two red engines with equally hot tempers. Oh, I've got a bad feeling about this.
Look on the bright side, Duck. At least it will be fun to watch unfold.
Yes, quite. Even so, we can only hope James will be taught a lesson soon.
Well, I suppose I should be glad I wasn't a target of his anger. Even so, I don't have high hopes for this either.
James's job was to deliver ballast to a construction site where the pack was working. Some of the machines noticed that he was rushing.
James? How come you're so eager to get this job done?
So I can prove to that pipsqueak back that I'm more useful than him. Now hurry up and unload my truck.
If you're sure, James.
Well, James seems to be in a hurry today. I don't think even Max and Monty have ever been this impatient before.
Back at the ballast chute, Mike was becoming just as impatient as James.
Come on, get these ballast hoppers unloaded!
Oh, calm down, Mike, it's only ballast.
But this is Mike we're talking about, Oliver. He always has to do things faster than the rest of us.
Pity he's not as good as looking as the rest of us, though. I mean, look at me and Rex compared to them.
Oh, zip it, Jock!
Calm down, Mike. I was only teasing.
But little did Mike and James know that they were both heading for trouble. James had just started delivering his next train of ballast, but he didn't know that his brakes had come loose from braking so hard when he stopped. So when he tried to brake once arriving at the site, he found that he couldn't.
Oh no.
But it was too late. James crashed through the buffers and stopped right in front of Oliver and Alfie.
Well, James, we knew you were bringing the ballast, but we didn't expect you to join us with the construction.
Oh, but now you see why Miss Jenny has safety first as our #1 rule. Mike had trouble braking too. When he tried to stop before arriving at the ballast chute, he couldn't. The next thing he knew, he had crashed through the buffers and landed almost on top of Ryan.
Oh, hello, Mike. I didn't expect you to ride on my boiler.
Well, he did lose his whistle once, so I guess anything's possible.
The next time someone mentions that story, I'm gonna be done with life.
Not literally, I hope, Mike. When the fat and small controllers found out what had happened, they were both extremely cross with James and Mike. The fat controller had some particularly strong words for James.
James! I have told you time and time again that you can't rush your work, or make competitions out of it for that matter. I can't even tell you how much confusion and delay you've caused today.
I'm sorry, sir. It's just like...
I've had it up to here with your excuses, James. Not even Thomas came up with such ridiculous ones when Ryan arrived. For your punishment, when Douglas comes back from the steamworks, I am putting you on shunting duties with Stanley and Charlie for a whole month. Perhaps that'll teach you for being a complete nuisance lately.
Yes, sir.
The small controller had some equally stern words for Mike.
As for you, Mike, I haven't encountered such immaturity in goodness knows how long. I expected better from you. I'm aware that James technically started this feud, but I cannot tolerate this type of behaviour on my railway. I think a few days of relief work with Frank will teach you a lesson or two.
Very well, sir.
Look on the bright side, Mike. It was very fun to watch unfold.
I quite agree, Jock.
Well, I did look forward to the day when those two met each other.
I guess Daisy was right for once.
And best of all, it resulted in Mike helping me with my work.
James and Mike looked sheepishly at each other. They wished now they hadn't been so silly.
God, it's a barren, featureless desert out there, isn't it?